Right now at 10, one of the La Crosse mayoral candidates gets a major endorsement. And Tim Walz about to take it right into Derek Van Orden's district. Tonight, Van Orden strikes back. Plus, the iconic Pink Palace finally comes crumbling down.
Watching WKDT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. Adam Fravel is appealing his conviction in the murder of Madeline Kingsbury to the Minnesota Supreme Court. The appeal was filed today. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole on December 17th for killing Kingsbury, the mother of his two children. He's currently in prison in St. Cloud, Minnesota. An Eau Claire teen accused of murder appeared in court this afternoon. 18-year-old Demarion Stogner pled not guilty to first-degree intentional homicide charges in the January shooting death of 21-year-old Andre Simmons Jr. Police say the shooting happened in the 2700 block of Western Avenue. The New Richmond man accused of killing his wife is bound over for trial. 70-year-old Gordon Lasko faces first-degree intentional homicide. Earlier this month, his wife, Mary Lasko, was found dead in rural Polk County. Lasko is held on a $1 million cash bond. His arraignment is set for March 26th. More and more La Crosse children are testing positive for lead poisoning. County health officials are encouraging parents to have their children tested for lead poisoning. They say it's something that often goes undetected for years. Last year, the health department tested 14 children for it. 593 1.5-year-olds were tested, while more than 1,600 were not. Poisoning can lead to developmental delays, learning disabilities, and behavioral problems.
Really want to increase the number of tests, because if we don't get them tested, then we don't know if there's been exposure to lead. And the earlier you can find that out, the more interventions that can be done to help that child.
Now, most cases come from lead-based paint in homes built before the 1950s. The Pink Palace was demolished today. The building was originally built in the 1880s. A new $22 million development called Haven on Main will replace it. The new 74-unit building will be an inclusive and accessible apartment complex. It's set to open in early 2026.
Well, we have a quiet period for about another 24 hours, maybe 36 hours, and then we have rain and then eventually snow coming back in. We have alert day conditions for a significant winter storm. We do get these sometimes in March, and this one is really going to be causing some issues, especially in certain areas. It's going to be higher elevations that dependent on the snow or how much we get. But basically, we're looking at Wednesday and Wednesday night, along with strong gusty winds too. Snow amounts, really, there's going to be a narrow corridor where you're going to get about 6 to +8, even higher amounts like just west of Winona, and there's another area just towards northeast of the area in Wausau that this could change, but overall this is kind of the amount. Now this is what's fallen, not what's probably eventually going to end up on the ground, given how wet it's going to be and uncompacted it will be pretty quickly. But for tonight, still quiet conditions as you wake up, mid-30s to the low 30s up to the north, lighter winds. Tomorrow, big temperature difference between the area, given that we have a front across the area. So you're going up to the upper 40s north of Eau Claire to almost 70 to Prairie du Chien. So all in all, still above average, but some will be a little bit warmer than others. Planning your morning out, you can see there for La Crosse, basically getting up to 53. More clouds as we go overall, and for Eau Claire, very similar. More clouds in the morning, some sun, getting up to 47 by noon. So later on, we'll break the timing down on the precipitation and the snow and show you what it looks like going beyond Wednesday as we approach the first day of spring on Thursday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Greg. Senator Tammy Baldwin's Hands Off Medicaid tour kicked off in La Crosse today. It's part of her efforts to highlight the impacts of potential funding cuts to Medicaid. The event featured speakers that would be affected by the cuts.
Some of these families, it means the difference between incredible medical debt or the need to leave the workforce, these are things that we need to keep in place.
Over 1 million Wisconsinites are enrolled in Medicaid. Baldwin's tour hits Eau Claire tomorrow. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar visited a senior living center in Winona today. She discussed development of housing and child care in rural parts of the state with the residents.
In smaller towns, we have to be really smart, Winona being larger, but we have to be really smart about how we bring people the services they want to stay in rural Minnesota and rural America.
Klobuchar will spend the rest of the week discussing the state's rural economy. Today and tomorrow, she will make stops in Olmsted, Fillmore, Houston, and Dakota counties. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will be in Eau Claire tomorrow. He's hosting a town hall at the Pablo Center at 6 p.m. The focus, Elon Musk's influence in the Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Walz will be in Representative Derek Van Orden's district.
The reason Tim Walz is coming to the 3rd Congressional District of the state of Wisconsin is because Tim Walz wants to run for president in 4 years. That's why he's here. He doesn't care about Wisconsinites. He doesn't care about working people. He doesn't care about veterans. Doesn't care about seniors. And that's abundantly true and it was made abundantly clear by his incredibly disastrous political presidential and vice presidential run that he did with Kamala Harris.
Wisconsin DNC Chair Ben Wickler will also be there. The La Crosse Democrats hosted their membership drive tonight. State Superintendent candidate Dr. Jill Underly and Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley were guest speakers. And tonight, mayoral candidate Shondell Washington Spivey also picked up an endorsement from the party.
Just excited to continue the movement of building a lacrosse where everyone belongs and ensuring that we're working across differences to bring people together.
Prizes were handed out to new members at the event. Happening tomorrow, in-person absentee voting for La Crosse starts. Voting will be open until March 28th. The deadline to request a ballot by mail is the 27th. To look up your registration and check your ballot, go to myvote.wi.gov. And a quick programming note, News Channel 8 is hosting a La Crosse mayoral debate. It's a chance to hear from both candidates, Chris Kalo and Shondell Washington Spivey. The debate is at 7 p.m. live in our studio. You can watch it on 8.2 and our digital platforms. Well, kindergartners at Northwoods Elementary are learning just how powerful their voices are. The students decided they wanted to fix some issues on their playground. That included making their playground more accessible and repairing a broken spiderweb climber. The students brainstormed who to reach out to about the issues and how to share their message. And thanks to their hard work, they've seen some real change.
The spider web did get replaced. That was really cool too, because the kids thought, oh, this is something I wrote about or I made a video about, and it was happening.
While the students are enacting change, Hooper is also seeing a change in them. They might be the community's smallest change makers right now, but this playground activism is only the beginning. The Shamrock Club of La Crosse was busy today. They helped several schools and assisted living facilities celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Musicians, dancers, and the Irish Fest mascot, Clancy O'Cooley, all took part.
Good to have the kids listening to us tell stories about our Irish heritage and culture, sharing that hopefully with them, with their families at home. And if they don't know anything about the Irish culture, hopefully the Shamrock Club Irish Fest, that we can do a good job of helping them with information with that.
The Greater La Crosse Area Shamrock Club started in 1973. Trump defends recent deportations after accusations of defying a court order. Plus, the madness is upon us. The chances of someone finally creating the perfect bracket.
Family of SUVs, proud sponsor of winter. Now, get up to $4,000 in total cash on a 2024 Ford Escape. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
The Board Store, 1989. The Board Store, 2025. We've made our own improvements to better serve homeowners while improving the homes and lives of thousands of homeowners in the past 35 years. Now is your opportunity for you to get started on this year's project at the lowest prices of the year. See it all in our showroom, visit online, or call. 27th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store. Higher quality at lower prices. Don't miss it.
I was in a very bad relationship. After that, I made it my mission to help people. Brad Schimmel really wanted to know, how can we help survivors? He got right in there with me and did the work that needed to be done. I know Brad, the person, and I know how passionate he is about helping people. Women, sexual assault victims, children. He has made it his life's mission to help families. I know that about him.
A federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to disclose the details of this weekend's deportation efforts by noon tomorrow. It's following a contentious hearing about the deportation of 261 migrants to a notorious prison in El Salvador over the weekend. Judge James Boasberg ordered the deportations to be temporarily blocked, but the Trump administration claimed the flights were already over international waters when the order came down. The Trump administration says some of the migrants deported had alleged gang ties, and the administration paid El Salvador $6 million to imprison them. Well, it's finally happening. 2 American astronauts stuck in space are so close to heading home. Last June, Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams' ride to the ISS developed propulsion problems. Their original 8-day mission stretched into more than 9 months.
I'm looking forward to sitting across from them and hearing about their perception of how things went and all about their time on orbit.
Wilmore and Williams are scheduled to depart the station Wednesday as early as 3 a.m. Well, March Madness kicks off this week. The first rounds of the men's and women's tournaments gets underway. Jen Sullivan breaks down the odds of picking a perfect bracket.
It's something that's never been done, according to the NCAA, picking a perfect bracket. Think you can bust that statistic this year? The odds of picking all 64 games correctly is 1 in, yeah, that's a lot of numbers, 9.2 quintillion. But if you know a little bit about basketball, your odds are better, 1 in 120.2 billion, according to the NCAA. Despite those despicable odds, the NCAA says 60 to 100 million brackets are filled out every year, and typically they're free, so anyone can do it, making it even more fun to participate.
It's the underdogs who will win the games. It's the unknown. It's the pace of the games. It's a action-packed 3 weeks.
Lori Kalani with sports betting website DraftKings says they see a surge in business during March Madness.
It's an extremely busy time of year.
The American Gaming Association estimates Americans will legally wager $3.1 billion on the men's and women's college basketball tournaments this year. That's up from $2.7 billion last year. Sports betting is now legal in 39 states, and it's become a multi-billion-dollar industry and continues to grow.
Certainly the smartphones have made everything more accessible, but with technology have come great opportunities to really play responsibly.
Kalani says DraftKings has tools to help players set limits and budgets on their bets. March is also National Problem Gambling Awareness Month, a reminder to gamble responsibly. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Severe weather sweeps the country. A look at the damage left behind by the deadly storms.
We got the quiet Tuesday, but then we're going to be dealing with another storm, a winter storm. That means accumulating snow. That means hazardous travel for Wednesday and Wednesday night. We'll break down the timing, show how much we'll get, and what the temperatures look like going into the first day of spring on Thursday. That all coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
Verizon and AT&T announced price hikes a total of 10 times in the past 2 years. Doesn't that blow your mind? Families can switch to T-Mobile and get all the benefits of their plans while saving 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away. T-Mobile will also give you up to $800 when you switch. Mind blown. Is that a jet engine?
Go to T-Mobile.com to see how families can save 20% and get $800.
That's lunch.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. That's over $5,600 in average finance savings. We are professional grade.
It was just a one-time thing. That's what Brad Schimmel said when he gave a, quote, sweet bargain to a man who sexually assaulted a 10-year-old girl. The sex predator served just 18 months in prison for his crime and got out. A few weeks ago, he was convicted of sexually assaulting a child again. And that was just one time Brad Schimmel let a sex predator loose on our kids. So why would we ever give him another chance? Brad Schimmel, too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Tax refund season is here, and Wesco on Sparta is making it more fun than ever. Dreaming of a brand new sectional or that comfy bed you've been eyeing? Now's the time to treat yourself. Save 20% all month long on furniture and bedding, just in time to make your home the talk of the group chat. Have fun with your tax refund and make your space shine with Wesco and Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, we believe in working together to address real-world challenges. That's why we're proud to help farmers cultivate healthy food and landowners preserve and maintain forest land. We're proud to educate the next generation of teachers and drive groundbreaking medical research. Together, we make an impact that rings loud and clear. One Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Dozens are dead after powerful storms hit 7 states. Officials say at least 39 people died over the weekend. Missouri has the highest death toll with 12 fatalities. The weather unleashing 80 reports of tornadoes across the central and southern U.S. Now let's send it over to Greg Barnhart for our weather forecast over here.
Yeah, that was that whole complex that came through and gave us our thunderstorms, some severe gusts in southern Wisconsin, but we missed most of that. It headed to the south. So just it's March, and March gets very active with all sorts of weather, and that goes into April and even May too. So we got a quiet Tuesday. In fact, really temperatures, depending on where you are, there's kind of like a little boundary separating the area. So almost 70 to the south, but struggling to get to 50 to the north. Still quiet conditions, lighter winds than we've had today, on and off clouds, and still some sun. So overall, not too bad of a Tuesday. Now, most of Tuesday night is going to be quiet too. Maybe some drizzle as we go into after midnight. The rain kind of comes late Tuesday night. So we've still got the spring storm coming. The heavy amounts of snow are going to be basically Wednesday and Wednesday night, depending on location. When it changes over, it's definitely heavy enough to cause some travel issues. There is some gusty winds, so drifting could be a problem. The highest amounts, we could have elevation dependent, meaning the valleys could get a lot less than if, say, you're on the ridge lines too. So that minor difference could make quite a bit of difference in actually how much snow we get. There's all the winter storm watches right now. This will be upgraded to probably an advisory warning tomorrow, depending on how things look. But overall, that's the highest confidence right there where you're going to see that 6 to 8 inch mark right now. And you can see there's a little bit of a pocket towards Winona that could get 8 to 10, further 6 to 8, and there's even a pocket further north of the area that could get 8 to 10 too. It drops off pretty significantly as we go southeast because that changeover is later in the day on Wednesday. Now, this is what's going to fall. Doesn't mean this is what's going to actually be on the ground eventually. It will compact. Here's the changeover. Early Wednesday, probably north of Eau Claire. Late Wednesday morning, that line will probably be just northwest of the cross. And then in the afternoon, basically it'll take its time getting towards southwest Wisconsin. Everyone will be seeing snow by the time we go home Wednesday evening overall. I looked at the road conditions. I kind of passed over that quickly. They look fine in the morning. By the time we get to Wednesday noon and afternoon, that's when it gets worse. The visibility could be a problem. And don't forget Thursday morning, even though the snow ends, we'll probably have some slick roads going into the morning, given we'll have some refreezing. But the snow will end probably around 12 to 3. Now, if we look at this graphically, it kind of shows you how it takes a little bit of time to get all this moisture back up. By 7:30, kind of a mess over some of the area. Showers south of the Winona all the way down to southwest Wisconsin. Could even be some thunderstorms in the morning for this area. By the time we get to 11 a.m., that line now is just northwest of the Cross. Eau Claire's in the snow. Twin Cities follows south. You're probably showers and thunderstorms going on for southwest Wisconsin all the way to northeast Iowa yet still. As you go to about 1 or 2, then we start seeing that line creep a little bit closer. So Black River Falls to just north of La Crosse, maybe to Coral, start seeing that snow. And then towards 4 a.m., really now it's all the way down to Crawford County, almost to Richland County. This is the time frame where you definitely could see some visibility issues, some moderate snowfall coming down, even maybe some pockets of heavy snowfall. Then as we get towards 5 and 6, we begin to see it wrap up by about 10. All of it's to the east. We're starting to cool back down. Winds will still be a problem throughout Wednesday night, but for the most part, once we get past midnight, the snow is over with, and really then it becomes potential refreezing. Wind speeds tomorrow as we go through Wednesday morning, they'll start picking up 15 to 20 in the afternoon, 20 to 25 out of the northeast as you see those arrows coming out. That's the direction most of it northeast, and it may be turning a little bit to the north as it low goes to the south. But that is the winds. The gusts could be near 40 or even higher. The good news is Thursday we're going to be drying out in the first day of spring, although it won't really feel much like spring. Some precip Friday, and then we're going to keep our eye once again on a snow rain event Sunday through next Monday night, which also could bring accumulating snow.
2 snow rain events in a week.
Like I said, last year on the 24th, we had 4 inches here too, so it does happen quite a bit. We need the moisture, which is good.
That is true.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, hear from one of the Badger stars on Wisconsin's draw in the NCAA tournament. Plus, the boys' state tournament is just a couple of days away. Hear from one of the teams looking for a gold ball in D5. Jacob is up next.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
This is Curtis O'Brien, a convicted felon. He sexually assaulted a 5-year-old Wisconsin girl multiple times. Judge Susan Crawford could have given him 60 years in prison, but she let him walk. 2 years in prison. That's it. While his victim lives with the scars forever. She even let the predator live across the street from an elementary school. That was Crawford's choice. Another dangerous decision from Susan Crawford, putting all our kids at risk. She's just wrong for Wisconsin.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR. Object to anything less than the best.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the magic of March is something we hear about every year, where some Cinderella teams make deep runs in their respective tournament, but one area team is swapping out that glass slipper for an eye patch. The Cochrane Fountain City Pirates are preparing for their second ever trip to the WIAA state tournament after they downed previously unbeaten Royal back on Saturday in the sectional final. Defense has been the calling card for the Pirates down the stretch, as they've only allowed 4 opponents to crack 60 points on the scoreboard all season, and it's led them to a spot in Madison.
It didn't really hit me till a little bit after I went and hugged my mom, but it overcome you and you're like really excited.
You know, the kids look up to us and
they want to see us succeed and they want to do the same thing. So I'm kind of glad that we've been able to do that and have them watch us.
And thanks to their 26-2 record, CFC is the 1 seed in Division 5, and they'll take on Turtle Lake on Friday bright and early at 9:05. And the Pirates will be going for their first ever win at the state tournament.
The biggest thing we've been preaching all playoffs and even all season, enjoy the ride, but yet, why are we doing it? You know, what's the point of why we're here? Why are we working this hard? Enjoy the ride, all gas, no brakes, and just keep working.
And how about this? History will be made in that game on Friday as Turtle Lake will have the first ever head coach that is a woman for a boys basketball team making the state tournament. Angela Wagner is her name, and she even has a connection to lacrosse as she was a Viterbo grad back in the day. It's said that her son asked her to coach because nobody else would step up as she was the girls coach before. Now the Lakers will play for a gold ball. Well, yesterday the Badgers fell in the Big Ten Tournament Championship for the second consecutive season, falling 59-53 to Michigan. But it wasn't all doom and gloom as Wisconsin later learned they'd be a 3 seed in the upcoming NCAA tournament, and they'll take on Montana, a 4 seed who won the Big Sky Conference. While it was a bit of a disappointing result against the Wolverines, the Badgers are hoping to find motivation from this result as they prepare for the big dance.
I mean, we'll just definitely have to use it as fuel for sure. It hurts to lose, and I'm pretty sure you guys can tell it on our face and our reaction in the selection show. But yeah, we're gonna turn around and come together and just do what we've been doing all year, just compete.
Wisconsin is a 16.5-point favorite, and that game is the third of the tournament with tip-off set for 12:30 on TNT. Meanwhile, after their Big East tournament run ended in the semis to the eventual champs, St. John's, Marquette gets the 7 seed and will take on 10th seeded New Mexico on Friday at 6:25 on TBS from Cleveland. Golden Eagles sort of limping into the tournament as they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. They made the Sweet 16 a season ago before losing to NC State. And in non-related basketball news today, the Vikings announcing the release of longtime center Garrett Bradbury. He was selected as the 18th overall pick back in the 2019 draft and started 88 games at center over the past 6 seasons. The move comes after Minnesota signed 4-time Pro Bowler Ryan Kelly as the new center as they continue to make changes to their starting offensive line. So, Emily, both filled out brackets today.
We did.
The odds, 1 in 9.2 quintillion we saw. You have a better chance of winning the jackpot 3 times in a row.
By lightning.
Struck by lightning 5 times in a row. So tell the people, who do you have winning?
I'm going for Houston.
Okay.
I have Michigan State and Houston as the final 2. What about you?
I have St. John's. I liked how they played defense in the conference tournament. So
Okay.
who knows, though? It could be anybody. So
Yeah.
just so it's on record that if it's either of us get it right, then it's out there.
We had a company bracket, too, where we
Yep.
randomly pulled teams, and I have Utah State winning
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
a tough one. I got Florida in that one, so that's a pretty good chance. So.
Right.
But it's fun to follow along.
Yeah, I know. We'll see who wins.
It'll be a good time.
All right, we have more news right after this.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruit and vegetables, but featuring so much more. Come see all that we have. Homemade bakery, large selection of locally produced honey, gourmet popcorn, craft beer, wine, and cheese, meat and seafood, arts and crafts, and so much more. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
It's Truck Month at your local Northland Ford dealers. Time for exclusive offers on your favorite Ford trucks, including F-150 and Super Duty, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Ford F-Series. Get Truck Month ready with all-weather features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Great deals on your favorite Ford trucks. That's how you get Truck Month ready. Now get over $12,000 in total savings on a new 2024 Ford F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I think every natural instinct of a parent is to protect their children. It's terrifying that Susan Crawford would consider a 4-year sentence appropriate for raping a child. Honestly, I can't even wrap my head around it. that she would allow a child rapist to walk free. My worst nightmare as a mom, it's really disqualifying. I don't think Susan Crawford deserves to wear the rope.
Get the lowest prices of the year during sales fair at Nelson Agri Center on now through Saturday, March 22nd. Get huge savings on Milwaukee power tools. Stock up on paint with our buy one, get one specials. We'll have deals on fencing, gates, seeds, and more for your farm. Plus, get an $8 store credit towards already low prices with the junk battery trade-in sale. Thousands of items will be on sale at the lowest prices of the year at Nelson Agri Center, downtown Viroqua.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, something surprising happened at the finish line of the Los Angeles Marathon yesterday. An American came in first place. Matt Richtman of Illinois became the first American to win the race in 31 years. His time, 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 56 seconds. The former Montana State University star crossed the finish line nearly 3 minutes before the runner-up in just his second marathon. Go USA, right? Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
When you have a drain backup, you need help fast. From slow drains to clogged mains, we solve it all. Maxwell White has been solving sewer, septic, and drain issues in the La Crosse Coulee region for more than 30 years. Fast, reliable, and professional. Call or book online today.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's spring jeans sale is going on now, and we have a great selection of quality name brand denim at unbeatable prices. New at Blain's, men's full blue jeans are on sale, just $12.99 a pair. Get a free $15 Blain's gift card with every $50 purchase of Lee or Wrangler jeans. And save on women's and kids' Wrangler retro jeans, 25% off. We've got the value you need to do things your way. Blain's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
It was just a one-time thing. That's what Brad Schimmel said when he gave a, quote, sweet bargain to a man who sexually assaulted a 10-year-old girl. The sex predator served just 18 months in prison for his crime and got out. A few weeks ago, he was convicted of sexually assaulting a child again. And that was just one time Brad Schimmel let a sex predator loose on our kids. So why would we ever give him another chance? Brad Schimmel, too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
All right, quiet conditions tomorrow. The rain or snow comes in for Wednesday. Definitely dangerous travel conditions out there. Snow accumulation definitely, and we could see some significant amounts. First day of spring actually doesn't look too bad. That is the wrong there. No, it's good.
That's right.
Yeah, it is right. I'm reading wrong. Anyway, we got more
lucky.
snow or rain coming Sunday and Monday too, but definitely keep an eye on Wednesday.
I wish there was no snow coming.
Yeah, well, sorry.
We got St. Patrick's Day
Lucky's dead
jokes.
done.
Thanks you so much for joining us tonight.